Boaster dying so quickly.
It's a Boaster. It's a Boaster.
It's a Boaster indeed, and it was EG against Fnatic, and Boaster had a bit of a calling masterclass, and just a general masterclass in the first map from Fnatic. This is a good example. We'll go over towards the first buy round, it's the bonus round, and Boostio was getting picked off a lot. He actually had 0 and 5 first deaths, first kills, in the first 7 rounds. So yeah, first 5 deaths out of the first 7 rounds. Pretty devastating. We go over towards the second buy round. Fnatic have done really well to make sure that this ult is up. They managed to be getting enough orbs, enough plants over towards Chronicle so that he has his ult into this round. They get over towards the site and just a nice hold from them. I was impressed with the overwhelm and just the side hits of how Fnatic were playing. They were mixing up a good amount. This is a good example of just EG just throwing everything at them and just not getting anything. I was a little bit disappointed with their game plan, to be honest with you. I think after the timeout, I kind of saw them have a backup game plan where they started to go aggro over towards A, and I think that's how you have to play it. I don't think they have a best comp against the double... don't think they have the best comp, sorry, against the no flash. I like to play a double controller. I think it's good to shut down A like you're seeing here, and then the team kind of struggles to actually get across maps, and they kind of have to force through the smokes is normally how you play it. You see that they have a struggle here getting through this smoke, and then they kind of have to pivot over towards B, and this was the first round that EG won, and it was pretty much down to them just holding over towards A. So I liked their backup game plan, but it was just a little bit too late. I think they need to do a double controller comp if they're going to play this again. Nice round from them, just bleeding out the time, just everyone in the right position. But yeah, just a little bit too late on that one for sure. And then we just had a pistol round. 10-2 is what the first half finished as, and yeah, just a nice little crunch into this one, managing to get the first 3 kills. Just thought it was nice, and yeah, I didn't want to cover this game as in this map too much because it was such a stomping, and the second and third map are just so good. Like I love these maps so much. Highly recommend watching the VOD. Highly recommend watching the VOD. It is in the comments below. But yeah, if you don't want to do that, here we go. We got Fracture, and we go into the first buy round. EG have won the pistol, and as you can see there, the smoke just missed, right? The smoke just missed, giving them the jewels over towards heaven, and EG were not expecting it. So then, I just want to pause this here. This is really cool, and this was just EG's game plan. I saw it in the 4th round, like this is why I'm highlighting it. So this right here, smoke from Boaster, and then reactively we have a smoke from EG. And what they were trying to do is just bleed out these smokes all the time and make sure they had some kind of like vision, so it's a lot harder for them to plant. Basically, of course, once you have a single smoke of Brim, it's very hard. You've got 20 seconds of your smoke, and if you can make sure that you buy enough time that they don't get onto the site, they don't get the plant, it becomes a lot harder. They actually get a little bit lucky with the timing here. Demon 1 decides to go for smoke just as they cross, a little bit unlucky. They do win this round out in terms of Fnatic, but we saw the game plan coming in, and I love the game plan. Didn't like the game plan on Lotus, love the game plan on this one. Boostio, we called him out in the first one. He had a sick, really sick map. Brought out the op a lot, really impactful. Just wanted to highlight him, and he comes into play here as well with the op. He just had, like I'm saying, so much impact, so many important kills. This is a good example of the op being good once the smokes I talked about, once they have kind of run out. This was a really close round. There was so many close rounds. Like, this game could have gone either way on a majority of these maps. Not the first map, pretty much the second and the third. But that's still the majority. That's still 2 out of 3, so it still stands. Look at the time on this one. Check out the top. Just 0.15 on that one. Like I said, minimal margins on this map being different, and same thing for the second map. Boostio, like we said, here we go. Just insane shots from him. EG together as well, just trying to make sure that they don't get over towards the site, and they're doing everything they can to make sure that these smokes, once they're down, are just useless. Another round again, just want to quickly highlight smoke. If you look at the minimap, you're about to see this smoke come in from Demon 1. He's just about to rotate. As soon as he gets into range, we see the smoke down, and they stop them getting over towards the site. Again, this is the game plan. They want to just buy as much time as they can to make sure these smokes can go out. They've got this smoke down, they got this smoke over towards Sands, and Fnatic just need to force into sight, but they're just so scared. They don't know who's in front of it, they don't know what's in front of it. and they've used all their util to kind of get through the initial hit in terms of A main and outstands itself. So yeah, love this from EG. Thought again the game plan was just incredible. Like, what are you meant to do when all of these angles are just open and you just got to run into them? So yeah, loved it from EG. This was a perfect example of this round here. And yeah, just thought it was very, very nice from them. I was very impressed. Same thing, again, the smokes are down and Jorgamo is in heaven. Promise this is the last example of this, but again, their game plan was so good. It was a reason why they got so many rounds on this. Just trying to delay as much time as possible, nade to delay time. Then you got the nade, and he's bought so much time that both of the smokes have gone. And then that means that the op can just have pure angles on this, and it's just impossible to plant. So yeah, like I'm saying, just a really good example on this one. Jorgamo did incredible, gets an extra kill here as well. But yeah, this and the other 2 rounds that I showed was just the prime example of just their game plan being perfect. And then they added in little stuff like this. Fnatic just have so many ults, so you don't want to let them exec on you, and they go aggressive. Just a straight up contact confidence peak coming in. I think people call it an ego peak these days. But yeah, rightly so when he's getting 2 kills from it. Then we go. It's 10-5. We're going into the second half here. We have a big buy round. Jorgamo's over towards site, and this was a pivotal round to start the comeback from Fnatic. This Molly goes in from Demon 1, which potentially could have been used in the after plant. I just thought this was a pivotal round in terms of the retake. I love how Leo approaches this. So what they've done is they've smoked off. You look at the minimap here. This is Boaster's 1 smoke. They get over towards the site, create pressure, and he's just waiting by the door. We've got the firing squad in terms of this person that we're watching, and Ethan close. And then as soon as they take contact, the door opens. So he then has to deal with the door guy. His mate's gone through the smoke, and yeah, they're just trying to create as much pressure into this area at the same time, and I just thought the timing on this was really good. Really nice retake from Fnatic, and yeah, just come on top with this, just take away the firing squad that I was talking about before. Instant touch of the spike, and the pressure was just really good. Just so many good retakes, so many close important rounds, and the skill level and just the fort on this map was outrageous. It really, really was. Speaking of the fort that goes into it, I want you to all focus on Com at the moment. He has his ult, and Boaster is going for an incredibly late lurk. Durka has insane util here with the flash as well, help from Chronicle, and Boaster shuts down the person in terms of Com, who had his ult to try and delay the plant. So, to try and delay the defuse. So yeah, I love this. They'd put a lot of thought and a lot of research into how EG like to play with their ults. Then we see another round. We go over towards this one. Look at EG's buy. It's a real low buy, and they've just got 2 orbs to give Jorgamo his ult. It's a low buy, like I'm saying, and they're using 2 ults into it. They get the plant. Who's the plant on? It's on Ethan. So they have another ult with that. And this is just a crazy round to use all their ults. Like I'm saying, they don't have the guns. They did take a timeout before this, and it's just such an all-in play at 10-7. I'm not sure it was needed. It felt like a kind of Hail Mary play. But to be honest with you, it was winnable. You're going to see this one come down to a 1-on-1. Chronicle, maybe not knowing exactly where it was, thinking that he was going to swing on this one, goes down to a 1-on-1. Demon still has his molly as well. I think that's my main takeaway from just looking at him as an individual. I think sometimes he could have won some of these rounds with his molly. But yeah, big round, like big pivot round for me, big swing round in terms of if I'm Fnatic, I'm getting a lot of belief after I win that one. 10-8, so it is the next round. And yeah, I just loved this from everyone, to be honest. Love this from Fnatic. You just seen the same thing, right? That they've had a whole half of where they can't get through their smokes, and they do the same thing, right? They realize that both the smokes and the exec get used, and they do their own smokes, and they fight over towards the site itself. So yeah, I love this. Everyone floods here. Everyone's in good positions, and it was just nice to see it on the other foot. Look at this from Boaster, though. What a hero play. Yeah, it got a little bit close. I do think the EG were a little bit better at bursting through these smokes, right? Rather, smokes were still up, so I thought that was nice from them. But yeah, just impressive from Boaster to get that one. But yeah, I like to see that they had the same game plan. And then here we go. This one's crazy. Com still has his ult, or I think this is a separate ult from the other round that I showed earlier. And they walk past him. They walk past him. The crowd can't believe it. No one hears anything, so it isn't too... Yeah, maybe the crowd give it away a little bit, but at least Fnatic don't realize that they might have walked past someone. And it does actually come down to him using his ult in the end here. We'll play this one out. We'll play this one out and we'll just see how close it is. A big shout out to Ethan. Big shout out to Demon for just buying as much time. I mean, Ethan does incredible. Just staying alive, knowing that the insurance policy is comms ult. And maybe there's a chance that Fnatic could have jiggled this with the 85 HP and 92 HP. But with the time so low, it needed to be an instant decision. And even then, I'm not sure they had the time. But yeah, loved this round, thought it was a really cool one. And that pretty much closed it out, right? That was 12-9, and then they managed to get the last round here. So loved this map. Even with this summary, I still think if you want to watch it back, it's worth doing. There were so many rounds that I kind of had to get out of there and cut. Boostio doing a flip reverse in terms of first kills from the other game, and just a great bounce back from him in general. And just shout out to just the whole team, and probably Potter as well, just because the game plan was so on point. I thought it was great. I loved it, especially on defense. I thought Fnatic had a really hard time calling. Okay, now we go on to the third map. Again, please watch the VOD. If you have the time, please watch the VOD. What a crazy map. Okay, we're going into this one. Dude, sorry to pause it again. It's a 4v5, and they have site control, and they have a lurk. I'm so surprised they decide to push this. I felt like they had enough map control. Fnatic didn't have any ults, so the retake wouldn't have been that good. So yeah, I don't know why they decided to push on this, but it actually became pretty pivotal for me. Alpha did great as always, and obviously not a plant for him, so he can't get that one. But yeah, I just thought this was a big rounder. I'm not sure I would have been making that play. But at least they did it together. And then we had this lovely low buy round from them. I love that from Demon. The overwhelm over towards site was pretty good, and just the ult to buy time and get the kills here was great. So they managed to pull it back a little bit, and it just went back and forth for the majority of this half, to be honest. There were great runs from everyone. This was a mad 2v3 from Leo, just buying enough time to get this plant, get the defuse, and yeah, like I'm saying, these rounds were just crazy close. Such a good game to watch. We go into 5-5 here. Just keep an eye on Boostio. Nice after plant. Everyone knowing the win condition here. Just buy a lot of time. Try and get as many kills as possible. And yeah, just the decisions to try and do the body block from Fnatic comes in a little bit too late. They spot it too late. And Boostio gets his own 1v3 to seal this one. So yeah, I loved how they played this. Just so many crazy close rounds that honestly I feel like it could have gone either way. Demon won, giving his best into this one, but we definitely got to start highlighting this man on your screen who wins the 1v1 in terms of Leo. Leo was insane on this one. He did that 2v3 that you saw earlier with Boaster on the defuse, and he just had so many rounds. So many rounds on that. Sorry, it's the same clip. Okay, here we go. Here we go back into this one. We have Fnatic that won the pistol, and now they go down into their buy round. The timing on that is so crazy. They double satchel into sight as the Omen Flash goes in, and the person falls down, eats the Omen Flash, and Durka just gets the insta-kill. Yeah, such a brutal way to start the game. First bonus round going over towards Fnatic, and they kept so many people alive that their economy was really flowing for this, so they had such a good head start into the half here. This was an insane retake from EG. A lot of the times they were just doing mad things on these low buy rounds. This was so good. Loved the pathing from Jorgamo here to get on top. They just were not expecting it. Ethan gets one through the smoke as well, and then Jorgamo manages to win this one-on-one as well. Everything I was watching was crazy, and yeah, I just thought that this retake and some of their low buys, and just when they have the stingers in their hand, making them look really good. And yeah, just fast decision making was impressive. It went down to 7-10. Boostio managed to get this round as well, where he was just doing a bit of a solo play. Fnatic all the time were hitting over towards B, so this was a really pivotal round to actually stop the B hits that carried on happening. It's time to shout out Leo again. Look at the time. We've got 8 seconds on this one. TP goes into sight, and Leo gets that kill. Boaster got the important kill over towards Heaven at 15 seconds, and they get that kill on like 7 seconds. Madness. Just, again, so much impact. So many rounds that could have gone either way. And this is no different. Demon, 12-10. He's got 11 HP. Man, it was just... He is so fast. He's so individually talented. and I'm just excited. I felt like on some of the games he maybe didn't have as strong a standout as maybe we were used to in the league, but he definitely had rounds like this where he took over. 12-11. We're right at the end. It's a 3-on-3. Giacomo has his ult. Dash finds out the information from Chronicle. It's a nice prediction of where he might re-go in terms of changing up his position. And then now we have 12 seconds on this. Nade comes in. Bosta doesn't want to tank it. Time's really low on this. 7 seconds. An insane ending. Insane ending. This is it from Leo's POV. I had to show it just because it was so mad. Yeah.
Just walk us through this, guys. I think that this was played perfectly.
Look at this. Honestly. So this is the kill as they jump down from Chronicle before he gets traded by the ult. And then he's focusing on the guy's spawn and then flicks it to him. And then there is like the timing on this is crazy. It's like 1 point. So 2 seconds are left, and he has... It's literally his second to last bullet. It's so wild. It's so close. Look at the time. 1.5 on that one. And yeah, just insane. That was pretty much my face throughout the whole stream. Jesus. Okay, and yeah, it was just a sick game in general. Loved it. Thought everything was great. Could have gone either way, like I said. Definitely highly recommend watching the VODs, and just loved everything about it. If you enjoyed it as well, let me know. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it, what you think is going to happen in the final, who's getting there, who wins. And yeah, give me a like, give me a subscribe. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.